Are you helping? So it's December, and as some of you know, I participated in National Novel Writers Month last month. I use the word participated pretty loosely here. I did sit down with the intention to write a novel. I did do some prep in October, though not nearly as much as I should have. I have a lot of cat help today, sorry. I did get some semblance of a story written down, or at least part of one. I did do a few writing streams, which I had intended to do. What I did not do was complete a 50,000 word novel, or a 50,000 word start to a novel. I also got sick with the flu, which knocked me on my butt for 3 days straight, and took a week-long vacation to my family's house for the holiday, including all of the prep and recovery time, because, let's face it, family takes a lot out of you. And I completely scrapped my first 15,000 words of the book because it just wasn't going in the direction that I wanted it to go. And although that was completely necessary, and I certainly have done it before and recovered just fine, I've never done it on a deadline, and as it turns out, I didn't do it last month either. So some of you may be wondering, how did I kick out a novel so easily in April and fall down so hard in November? And I have a few ideas about that. The first one being, I just wasn't as excited about the novel that I was trying to write in November as I was about the one that I wrote in April. There's various reasons for that, but I tried to make up for it by prepping more, by outlining more, by having more to go off of so I had less to fill in. And it just didn't work. I didn't feel the same writing in November as I did in April, which tells me that the direction that I'm trying to go with this novel is not the direction it needs to go in. If the writing's not flowing smoothly, it's not gonna happen. Life definitely got in the way between illness and travel, but if I'm being entirely honest with myself, I probably could have recovered. I could have recovered better, I could have written more. I just didn't because I wasn't excited about the story I was trying to tell. It was the wrong story for me to be telling at that time, and I picked it because I thought it would be easy, not because I was excited about it, which was probably, in hindsight, not a great choice. The second thing I think I failed at is I didn't spend enough time planning. And by planning, I mean daydreaming about the novel. And that seems really strange. I'm kind of a plantser. I do some plotting and some pantsing. So I generally have a relatively rough outline of the order of events that things are going to go in, and then I fill in all the color and detail and exposition and all of that stuff in between the outline, right? That's normal for me, and I did have a reasonably solid outline before I started. What I didn't have was in my head what all of those scenes actually looked like. I don't usually write it down, but I do usually think about it ahead of time. And I didn't do that this time. Without that daydreaming, without that creative process, my writing didn't work. I do think that some of the time that I'm spending now revisiting book one, going over beta reader feedback, making my final edits before I try to submit it to a publishing company or an agent, I think that that's really helping me sort of solidify the characters in my mind, kind of get affiliated with them or reintroduced to them. And I find that now that I've been working more closely with book one, that book two is probably going to come out a lot easier because I'm more closely associated with the characters or more in touch with them emotionally, which seems really woo-woo to me. But I probably should have reread book one before I started trying to write book two, and I just didn't. So how does it feel to be such an utter catastrophic failure? Pretty good, actually. I know I set myself a goal and didn't come anywhere close to meeting it, but I did learn a lot about myself as a writer, about my capabilities, about what I need in order to participate fully in the creative process, and most importantly, I got a very harsh reminder that writing is an art, and if your heart's not in it, it's just not going to work. I thought I could just buckle down and be professional and spend the time and kick out a novel anyway, and as it turns out, I can't. And that's a really important thing to know about myself. So yeah, I failed NaNoWriMo pretty spectacularly, and that's completely okay. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, and of course if you like the way that I present information, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell down below. You can find all of my social media contacts in the description,
And of course, if you want to keep up with me and the progress I'm making on my current novel, you can do that at effywritesbooks.com. Thank you so much for watching, have an excellent day, and I'll see you next time.